I think, especially after my Kundalini experience, I wanted to do a meditation video for bipolar people because I think that in order for you to heal, that cultivating your inner spirit is essential, and there's no better way to do that than to meditate. The problem, though, is that with the way meditation is taught, particularly in the United States and Europe today, the most typical style of meditation is, I think, quite difficult to do and quite boring for people, especially beginners. Usually they'll have you stare at a candle, and they want your legs, crossed in a cross-legged position, very up here like this, right? So your back is straight, and you're not supposed to move, and you're supposed to stare at the candle and not think of anything. That's basically the idea. Back straight, legs crossed, don't move, stare at the candle, block out your thoughts. And my opinion is that that technique is really terrible for beginners because it's hard to do, it's very difficult to do, and you can't block out your thoughts. It's almost impossible. So I prefer the Vipassana technique, which I did on the meditation retreat, but in truth, I've been doing it for about 10 years. On and off. I don't meditate every day, maybe 3-4 times a week. And I think they've really got it right. And the reason is that they focus on what's important. And what's important is getting your mind to a place where your thoughts slow down, right? And they know how to do it. And this technique can show you how to do it quite easily, without a lot of stress. First, you've got to remember that your mind is a little bit like a snow globe. You know those snow globes? And if you think of the snow inside as your thoughts, and when you're moving around during the day, your mind is constantly in motion, sensory, looking at things, everything's moving in a different direction, and your thoughts are constantly moving. And to stop those thoughts, you can't really do anything. You don't really have control over the thoughts themselves. But what you do have control over is your body and your ability to concentrate. So what you can do is, if you think of yourself as that globe, you can stop the globe, and then your thoughts will stop eventually. That's the idea. So you stop yourself, and then the thoughts will stop eventually. So the technique I prefer, instead of sitting perfectly straight with your legs cross-legged and not moving, staring at the candle, what I like to do is, first I like to get comfortable, okay? So I'll lean up against a futon, like I got here, or you probably just a wall. You can be on your bed mattress, leaning up against the wall, and maybe take a pillow and put it behind you, right, in the small of your back to get comfortable. Don't worry about a perfect leg posture. You can keep your legs straight if you want, or just sort of have them loose in front, but I'm kind of comfortable with my legs a little bit like this now because I've stretched them out for 100 hours of meditating. So I'm pretty comfortable, somewhat cross-legged. And then I'll put a pillow in front of me to elevate my hands, and what that does is it keeps me from slouching over. So if I have my hands a little higher, then it helps me keep my back straight. Okay? So that solves the posture problem. I'm a lot more comfortable like this than I would be in a typical meditation posture. But my back is still straight enough so that I'm alert. What you don't want to have happen is you don't want to be sort of slouching down like this. You don't want to be meditating like this. It doesn't work. If you sit with a little bit forward, that's okay. But to lean backwards, it puts you in a state of relaxation that lends itself to wandering thoughts. It kind of makes you feel lazy. Okay? So I'll sit with my legs crossed, and I'll have a pillow in front of me. And then I won't stare at a candle, although I might use a candle just to create a sacred space, because it's important to feel like, you're contacting God here. This is a sacred experience. And so you need to bring that sacred energy to your meditation. You need to meditate with the intention of having a sacred experience. And candles are good for that. You turn all the lights out, and you put a little candle in the corner. It sort of brings you into that space immediately, right? But I won't stare at the candle because I find it more effective to concentrate on a body part. For example, your right hand. What I mean is, if you stare at a candle and you're concentrating on that candle, you can't feel the candle, okay? But if you concentrate on your hand with your eyes closed, and you concentrate on your hand, you can feel the hand. You can feel the sensations in the hand, the heat, the warmth, the pain, whatever's there, the energy, the blood flowing through. You can feel your hand. And because you're feeling your hand, you know that you're concentrating. And if you're concentrating, that means that you're not thinking as much as you were before. And that's the whole point of the technique, is to get you to slow down and eventually stop your thoughts, right? Now, even with that said, to concentrate just on the hand, especially for a beginner, is a little bit boring. So what I prefer, and what they do with the Vipassana meditation for 4 days, is they have you scan your body, okay? Now, I'll show you the technique right here, but let's just start with the right hand, because your hands are the easiest parts of your body to feel, like when you concentrate, because they're so sensitive. For example, a spot in the middle of your back is a little bit harder to get the sensation of, because it's just not a sensitive area, okay? So the technique basically goes with keeping your back straight and your hands in front of you. You stay still, you close your eyes, you breathe deeply, you breathe deeply, but then as you breathe, you concentrate on your hand. Concentrate on your right hand, okay? Then, when you move from your right hand, you move to probably your right arm, and then your right shoulder, and around you go. You can scan your whole body like this, and eventually you can scan, for example, from the top of your head, to your face, to your neck, to your shoulders, to your chest, stomach, groin, legs, feet. You can move through your whole body like this, feeling the sensations. And to be honest, as opposed to being boring, it's quite interesting, because your body has these different sensations that move all the time, and you're not really aware of it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the technique. We're going to kind of practice the technique, and just only one other thing to say, which is that your mind will still start to wander, and don't worry about it, okay? Don't put any pressure on yourself to have your mind have no thoughts. What's usually going to happen is you're going to be thinking like, right hand, I got to go out tonight. Right hand, how much money do I have in the bank? Right hand, I think that girl at school likes me. So you've got these thoughts coming and going, but don't worry about it. It's a natural thing. It's just your snow globe brain going around and around. The more you concentrate on your body parts, the slower those thoughts will get to, and you'll have a deeper sense of peace. If you want to try it with me, okay, we'll do a little 2-minute meditation just on the hand and the arm and the shoulder here, just to give you an idea, okay? So you breathe deep, you close your eyes, and you concentrate on your right hand. Right hand. Feel your right hand. Now move to your right arm. Feel the sensations in your right arm. Any heat, tingling, energy, whatever's happening in your right arm. Now your right shoulder. Feel your right shoulder. It might be more difficult, but concentrate on your right shoulder. Okay, now what's fun is you can experiment with that technique yourself. If you just want to concentrate on your head, concentrate on your nose, if you want to move your concentration, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is your body, and there's no right or wrong way to meditate, okay? But what helps is if you can stay still the best you can. If your legs get sore, just move positions. And even after a while, if after say 20 minutes, if you feel quite sore, you might want to just lay down flat with no pillow, but lay with your head straight. Lay down on the mattress or on the floor. And you can meditate in that position as well, although you're more prone to falling asleep. But I do it, and even if you fall asleep, I mean, who cares? I mean, it's nice to have a good sleep. Okay, so that's it. And now I think I'm going to do one more meditation video where I'm going to take you through a full body meditation the way I would lead it if I had somebody with me. Okay? That's next. I think, especially after my Kundalini experience, I wanted to do a meditation video for bipolar people, because I think